going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jeff Overton, and welcome to this edition of Mars Hill Minute. We're excited to be here in the foundation of our brand new children's building, student building. This part right here will be the student sanctuary, where they'll have their worship on Wednesday nights. But what I want to talk to you about is what's coming soon. The steel will go up, the second floor will be built, and the children's wing will be put in as well. We're excited about all of that, but you got to take the details of making sure this part is right. If the foundation isn't right, everything else we build is going to have problems. The Bible tells us the same is true with our lives. We talked about a man who built his house on the sand, and one who's built his house on the rocks. And when the storms came, the one built on the rock sustained and made it through. How's your life built? Jesus says he is the rock. I'd like to encourage you to build your life on Jesus Christ and his teaching and be a disciple of Jesus Christ. I'd love to invite you to Mars Hill Baptist Church to learn more about how to build the proper foundation to build upward with your life. God bless you. Hope you'll come join us.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
Vulco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com.
The Raptor Series from Hustler Turf. A premium line of residential mowers designed with a wide stance for operator comfort. A one-piece 11-gauge steel frame and welded steel deck for added durability. Finished off with premium Kawasaki V-twin power. We are Hustler Turf, and this is Hustler Country.
At Maury Regional Health, you'll find the expertise and technology available in larger cities, paired with the personalized and compassionate care you deserve. As the largest health system between Nashville and Huntsville, we have a medical staff of more than 200 physicians across an array of specialties, ranging from primary care to robotic surgery. They lead skilled teams of nurses and other clinical experts that diagnose and treat conditions with advanced technology. Maury Regional Health, where clinical excellence meets compassionate care.
Bring your outdoor dreams to life at Loretto Nursery and Landscaping. This one-stop shop can help you get your project done from start to finish. Go see for yourself. They have a wide variety of plants, from tropicals to ferns and trees, plus hanging baskets. What they have to offer goes beyond what looks good. They also supply concrete, mulch, compost, and drainage culverts. Don't forget about their on-lot buildings and chicken coops. You think that's all? You can also stop by to fill up your propane tank. Loretto Nursery and Landscaping has you covered. Stop by 409 South Military Street.
Back to school equals back to big savings at Heritage Automotive in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Score 0% financing on select models and up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 1,500 trucks. Over 150 used vehicles, all priced to move and below market value. Need service? Our expert team is ready, and we've got loaner vehicles to keep you moving while we work. Hurry into Heritage Automotive, where the deals are hot and the savings are huge.
Heritage Automotive. Expect more, experience the difference.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
Good Works at Home, formerly known as The Summit at Home, is a licensed non-skilled agency dedicated to helping you maintain your independence at home for as long as possible. Our compassionate and caring staff provide support in various areas, including dressing, bathing, personal hygiene, transportation, cleaning, and companionship. Please call our office about services, payment options, and long-term care policies at 931-762-2310. We look forward to assisting you with keeping your independence longer.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family. We also provide the latest updated equipment and technology to make your job as easy as possible. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by OneTop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When OneTop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by OneTop Medical at its best.
It begins as all great things do, with the flicker, a spark of hope, a moment when you realize that given the right conditions, everything is possible. Here, we think the best way to find yourself is to look beyond yourself, because what defines greatness is a single choice: to not condemn the darkness, but to light a fire.
Gifts and goodies galore await you at Miss Millie's in downtown Lawrenceburg. From brands you know and love, like E. Newton Jewelry and Tyler Diva Wash, to unique specialty gifts, you will find it all here. Whether you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you love or shopping for yourself, shopping local is the way to go. We have home goods, women's fashion and accessories, baby items, and lots of seasonal decorations. Our friendly staff will welcome you in, help you find what you need, and even package your gifts for you. Also, we can't forget to tell you about our popular bridal registry. Future brides can come and create their perfect registry with us. So stop by Miss Millie's today. We're located in the northeast corner of the square in downtown Lawrenceburg.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
At CNB Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, CNB Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with CNB Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with CNB Linen.
Let me tell you about a place that has it all. For your home, bedroom, kitchen, lawn, and more. It's a home-owned and home-operated business that's been around for over 70 years, so you know they're doing something right. At Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, you'll find top name brands for every room of your house, and top brands for the outside too. Looking for appliances, televisions, couches, safes, bedding, mowers, and well, the list goes on. So make the drive today to 824 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg and be treated right. Comprehensive care with a compassionate touch. That will always be the guarantee at Encompass Healthcare in Etheridge, Tennessee. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or weight loss treatments, the team at Encompass is equipped to serve your needs today. The doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Fridays. Make an appointment with providers Kendra Brown, Tori Cox, or Ellie Brown today. That's Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, next door to Chapman Tire.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliot Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliot Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliot Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliot Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
It's a historic night here in Pulaski, Tennessee for us on the X Sports Network as we bring you here at the Curry Athletic Complex for your University of Tennessee Southern Firehawks taking on the Blue Mountain Christian Toppers. Hayden Birch joined alongside Graham Birch here on the call. And Graham, it's a big night here in Pulaski, Tennessee, as we get to bring you the Firehawks for the first time here on the X Sports Network. And big for the Firehawks as well. They start off the season 4-0, going to the Freed Hardman Labor Day Classic. They went 4-0, and they start off Southern State play against Blue Mountain Christian, the team that won the conference last year. So big game here tonight, Graham.
This, like he said, this is a very big night for UT Southern, and X Sports having this collaboration, and it's a very big and historic moment for this school and for this conference as well.
As they are introducing the starting lineup here for Blue Mountain, a rivalry between these two teams, as now we will pass it off to Cade Schultz, the PA man for UT Southern, as they will introduce the starting lineups here for the Firehawks. as that is your starting lineup here tonight for the Firehawks. As once again, they start the season off 4-0. Team leaders in kill is Emma Beardsley, followed by Ashley Kraft and Norris and Patterson. As big game here for the Firehawks, looking to start off conference play 1-0, as they will be on the right side of your screen in their white uniforms. Blue Mountain will be in their baby blue away uniforms. Great crowd here tonight. First home game for the Firehawks here at the CAC here on the campus of the University of Tennessee Southern. A lot of orange in the crowd. Baseball team I see. Several tennis players and soccer players here as well, so it's going to be a good night here in Pulaski.
Handful of basketball players over there on the left as well.
Absolutely. A few of the basketball players over there as well. So we are excited here on the X Sports Network for this game tonight to bring you the action.
And, man, this fan base for this school is pretty outstanding.
It is, especially when I went here, Graham. I know you're here currently helping with the athletic department for this game as well. Going to school here, it's always been fun, so looking forward to being able to do the first one here on the X Sports Network here tonight.
I hear you, amen. I saw this team scrimmage themselves a couple weeks ago, and they look pretty good. They're going to have, I feel like they're going to have a pretty good season.
Once again, I was talking to one of the staff here at the University of Tennessee Southern before the game, as they were saying it will be the first time, if the Firehawks can come away with a win here in a while, that they started off the season 5-0. So they are looking to start off 5-0 for the first time here in quite a long time here at the University of Tennessee Southern. As making sure everybody is where they need to be here on the court. As your head coach for the Firehawks will be Ruiz. Maka Ruiz, former University of Tennessee Southern player, her first season as the head coach here for the Firehawks. As UT Southern will get the first serve here.
This crowd already getting loud. There you go, baby.
Here's the first serve. It's dug out, set up here on the right side. Set back over into the crowd, won't be returned. It's actually saved by Garza. They send it right back over. They send it back, and that will be down for the first point for the Toppers. That was down for the kill.
It was killed by Raina Brown.
Raina Brown with the first kill of the game here for Blue Mountain. Here's the first serve here for the Toppers. They set it up here on the outside, send it down. They call it just out of play, and that one will go to the Toppers here as they lead 2-0. For the Toppers, new head coach here for Blue Mountain, as they did win the conference last year. They started off 2-0 here against Firehawks. Serve is up. Beardsley. Garza underneath it. They look to send it over. Kraft sends it over. It's underneath it. They set it up here on the far side.
Great save.
Right back over here to the Firehawks. They send it right back over to the far corner. That's set up here once again on the outside. Won't be able to set it up. Blocked, and point goes to the Firehawks.
That's great. That's awesome.
That was Patterson with the block. First point here for UT Southern. Got a sub coming into the game here, as that will be Norris coming in for Griffin, the junior. Back to serve will be Ashley Kraft. 2-1 Blue Mountain lead. Crowd's getting loud here in the CAC.
I love it. Love it.
Here's the serve, sends it over. Set up here towards the middle. Beardsley underneath it. They set it up here on the outside once again. Dug out, set up to the backside. Over. Tipped up in the air. Garza underneath it. They look to get it over, in which they will. They set it up. Back and forth they go, set it up on the right side, and that's be down for another kill for Blue Mountain.
Great kill, great kill. Says kill by team, but
that was Speed with the kill. Sue Lee Speed, the sophomore. Here's the serve, sent over, and that one will go out of play. That point will go to the Firehawks as they trail by 1 here in the first set.
There's a serve error right there.
As Ward will come into the game now for the Firehawks. Back to serve will be number 10, Patterson.
Freshman from Laverne.
She sets it up, gets it over. Dug out, hop in the air, off the ceiling. They're able to save it. Far side, not able to get over the net. Point will go to the Firehawks as they tied up here now. Patterson will go back once again, as that was an attack error by Velez. Here's Patterson once again. They send it over towards the back corner. It will go just out of play for the service error, and the point will go back to Blue Mountain as they regain the lead here.
It's a pretty good set so far, and we're just getting in it.
Wilson back to serve, the senior libero here. She sends it over the net. Beardsley. They set it up here in the middle. Back to Beardsley. She looks to tip it over. Not able to save it. Beardsley will send it back over. Nobody able to save it. Underneath it is Wilson. They send it back. Beardsley underneath. Sends it over. Won't be saved. Still up in the air, though, as they're able to send it back. Back and forth these teams go here. Sets it up once again. Little tip over, not able to save it. And that point will go to the Firehawks.
Killed by
That was
Irby
killed
Norris.
by Norris. Beardsley over the net. Off the serve. Garza underneath. They set it up. Look to find in the hole. They set it up. Here on the near side. Garza underneath with the save. They look to send it back over. They push it over, and they will do so. Sets it up in the middle. Tips it over. It will be out of play. Point will go to the Firehawks, and they will get the first lead for the Firehawks in this one. Beardsley will go back to serve once again.
It's a kill error.
She will get it over the net once again, just over the net. They set it up. Here come the toppers. Send it back over. Beardsley underneath. Garza sets it up, sends it back over, blocked back over to the Firehawks. They look to set it up, send it right back over. Sets it up in the middle, far side. That's down for the kill, and that will go to Blue Mountain off that kill from the toppers.
That kill was by Gerleman.
Gerleman with the kill there for Blue Mountain. Speed will go back to serve. That one will go out of play on the far left side, and that point will be a service error for the Firehawks. Sub coming back in the game, it will be Griffin coming in for Norris, and she will go back to serve. Here's Griffin, gets it over the net. That's dugout, set up in the middle. Speed sends it over. They look to set it up, back over the net. And they're going to say it's in play on that side. And they will say it will go to Blue Mountain. And sub will come into the game for the toppers as it's tied up once again 6-6.
Stegall coming in for Williams.
Here's the serve. Beardsley underneath. Look to make a play on it. They'll send it back over to Blue Mountain. They set it up. Here in the middle. That's dug out. Sent back over. So they're able to save it near the ceiling here as they set it up far side. Looking to go for the kill as that point will go to
Blue Mountain.
Blue Mountain here.
What happened there?
I believe they said Mulazzi was in the net there. So that point will go to the toppers. Here's the serve once again. They take a 1-point lead here in this first set. They look to send it back over. There's Kraft. Wilson. And that will be an error there for Blue Mountain. Tied up 7-7 once again. Garza back to serve here. She sends it over the net. They look to punch it over. Garza right back over it. And that's in play. Great placement there for the Firehawks. And they retake the lead here.
Kill by
Mulazzi found a hole there in the back corner. Nobody was.
That was great. That was great.
Playing defense back there. Gosler, she'll send it back over. Sets it up. Here on the near side, looking to save it. Beardsley won't be able to. And at that point, we'll go to Blue Mountain.
That was great effort. Great effort.
Gerleman will go back to serve here for the Toppers. Left-hander sends it over the net. Beardsley underneath it. So they set it up. Here's Kraft going for the kill. And that will go into the second row. Point will go to the Firehawks. They retake the lead. Back and forth these teams go. First game here in conference play for the Firehawks and the Toppers. Here's the serve just over the net. Looking to save it. They set it up. As they're having to send it back over. Garza underneath it. They set it up. Here's Kraft once again.
Nice dig.
Great save there. Look to send it back. Blocked back over. They look for the kill. That one's over, and it will be in play. That point will go to Blue Mountain. It was just on that far line from our broadcast position.
All right, let's regain composure here. Brianna Brown to serve. Brianna Brown, excuse me.
Brown to serve, gets it over the net. As they look to send it back over, will go back over after the dig. As the Firehawks save it, Garza will send it back over to the Toppers. Far side looking for the kill. That will be blocked but out of play off the Firehawks, and it will go to Blue Mountain once again.
The kill was a sneak out.
Stiegel with the kill.
Junior from Mississippi.
They send it over. Garza's, they set it up here in the middle once again. Kraft looking to send it back over. It'll be blocked back and won't be able to be saved. Once again, that one will go to the Toppers. Nearly the same thing there, the deflection off Firehawks, but into the fourth row there.
All right, let's regain composure here. Let's go.
Brown back to serve once again. She will send it over. That one will just go out of play. And that one will go to the Firehawks off the service error as Ashley Kraft will go back to serve here for the Firehawks. Griffin will check out. Coming into the game will be Norris. Here's the serve. Kraft sends it over. Here come the Toppers. They send it over, and that's down for the kill. That point will go to Blue Mountain. That
kill
was
by Stiegel.
Stiegel, I believe, is how you pronounce it.
Oh, man, I'm butchering these names. I do apologize.
Toppers lead 12-10 here in this first set. They set it up. Here's Beardsley with the kill, tipped up here in the air. Toppers able to regain it. Here's Speed will just tip it over. Beardsley underneath it. They look to send it back over. Set it up here in the middle. Here in their side, Garza underneath it with the dig. They set it up. Here's the kill from, that was Patterson for the Firehawks. Over Norris, down for the kill. That point will go to UTS.
That was Norris with that kill. Great kill.
Norris with the kill. That's the 7th kill for both teams. Blue Mountain has 7 assists. UT Southern has 5 so far here in this one. Speaking of Patterson, she will serve. They set it up far side. Patterson, they send it back over, blocked. It will be out of play. That point will go to the Firehawks, and just like that, we're tied up once again.
Attack error right there.
Patterson back to serve once again from Laverne, Tennessee, the freshman. Here it is. Sends it over the net. Dugout sent over. Here, Speed. Looking for the kill attempt. Set it up. Beardsley. She'll look to get it over. Set it up here in the middle.
Far side looking for the kill once again, tipped up, and that point will go to Blue Mountain.
Great effort for the block. Great effort. Garza coming in for Patterson for the Firehawks.
Here's the serve by Wilson. She will get it over. Firehawks looking to do something here. Beardsley, she'll just tip it over. And not sure, the official looked like it called it on the ground, but they keep playing. Norris will send it over. That's tipped back. Back in play. Garza underneath. Here's Beardsley. She'll send it over. That was a mean kill attempt there. And the Toppers will send it back. Sets it up. Beardsley, she'll do it once again. Sent back over to the Firehawks. Garza back over to Beardsley. Why not? Sets it up once again. Hilltoppers looking to take it a little slow. That one's off Garza, and that point will go to Blue Mountain. Leads back out to 2. Back and forth these two teams have gone.
Kill by Velez.
Cora Wilson, the senior from Marion, Arkansas. Here's the serve. She'll get it over. That's dug out. Set up. Norris. And that one will be blocked, but on the side of Blue Mountain. Point will go to the Firehawks. Beardsley back to serve, the lefty. And here's the serve. That one set up here in the middle, a little bit lack of communication there. Beardsley, so they set it up. Back over, Kraft. Here on the far side, Blue Mountain looking to get it over short of the net. That point will go to the Firehawks, and we're tied up at 14.
Attack error by Williams.
That's the third attack error from Blue Mountain. UTS has only got 2. Here's Beardsley once again. Gets it over the net. That's dug out. Set up here in the middle, looking for the kill. That will be off Beardsley, and the point will go to Blue Mountain. They regain the lead here.
I believe that was killed by Gerleman. I believe so.
Sulee Speed, the sophomore, with the serve. Beardsley. Firehawks try to save it. Garza, she'll just send it back over here to Blue Mountain. They set it up. Here on the far side looking for the kill. That was Kraft. It's up in the middle. Norris will go once again with it, looking for the kill. Blue Mountain. Speed looks to set it up. That's dug out. Beardsley with the kill, and that's blocked back, sent back over, though, by Beardsley.
There you go, Beardsley. There you go.
Sends it over, and that will be out of play off of the Firehawks. Point will go to Blue Mountain. It seems like every time Firehawks tied up, Blue Mountain scores 2 of their own.
Yeah. You need to regain composure. And that was a kill by Velez of Blue Mountain.
There's Speed. It's set up in the middle. Norris looking for the kill. That's off Wilson. Still up in the air. A little dump here by the Firehawks. Blue Mountain able to save it. They set it up. That one will be out of play. That point will go to the Firehawks. It's now 16-15. Hitting percentage is pretty even between the two teams.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Mountain's at 233 and University of Tennessee Southern's at 222.
Griffin coming in for Norris. Griffin serving.
And that one's down for the ace. First ace of the game. And that one in favor of UT Southern. And a great time to do it is it's tied up 16-16. Griffin will go back to serve once again. Goes back, sends it over. Blue Mountain looks to punch it back over. Garza with the save. They're able to send it back. Kraft, excuse me. They send it back. Here's Speed looking for the kill. Sent back over the net to Blue Mountain. So they set it up here on the outside. And that one, I believe they called in the net.
I believe so.
That was number 7, Kraft, I believe they call it in the net. Point will go to Blue Mountain. So they regain the lead.
Killed by Gerleman.
Velez back to serve here. She'll get it over the net. Beardsley underneath. They set it up here in the middle. Kraft looks to just dump it over. Great. Finds a hole in the defense, and the point will go to the Firehawks.
Kraft with the kill.
Patterson will come in for Ward. Garza back to serve. Here's the serve by Garza. She sends it over. Wilson underneath it. They set it up here on the near side, and that will be an error on Griffin. That point will go to Blue Mountain once again.
Kill by Gerleman.
So far, Blue Mountain with 33 attacks compared to the Firehawks is 29. So the even stats basically between the two everywhere you look. Beardsley. They send it over. Kraft looking for the kill. That's off Blue Mountain.
Great
point
kill.
will go to the Firehawks.
There you go, Miss Kraft.
Mulazzi. She will go back to serve here. She'll get it over the net. They set it up here in the middle. Looking near side. Saved here and dug out. Sent back over here to Blue Mountain far side. That'll be blocked back. That was blocked by Patterson, I believe. Blue Mountain and missed it completely. And that point will go to UT Southern, and they take a 1-point lead.
All right, let's keep this lead. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. This is an awesome crowd.
As I believe that was Turpin. Here's the serve once again. Set it up here on the far side, looking for the kill. Able to save it. Sends it back. Nobody guards the defense.
There you go.
And it's 20-18 favor of the Firehawks. And we're going to have a timeout here by Blue Mountain. Woo! Southern leads 20-18. We'll be back here on the X Sports Network. And back here on the X Sports Network, first time out here for the Toppers as we're here for the first time on the campus of the University of Tennessee Southern as the Firehawks lead here in this first set, 20-18.
Really good set so far. Really
Between
good.
both teams as Firehawks coming to this game 4-0 as they won every game in the Freed-Hardeman Labor Day Classic. Mulazzi back to serve once again. She'll get it over the net. That was dug out. Here's Speed. Short of the net. Point will go to the Firehawks.
That was great effort. Great effort by Speed.
Mulazzi once again. She'll get it over just short of the net, though. It looked like it got over from my point of view. I'm staring at a computer screen while watching the game. Point will go to Blue Mountain. They still trail here by 2 late in this first set.
Service error right there.
Here's the serve. They send it over. Griffin. Mulazzi. Here's Beardsley. That's blocked back off the shoulder. Looked like a Beardsley. Griffin with the point, with the save. Nobody was guarding, and that point will go to the Firehawks.
That was outstanding. Great.
Griffin was just trying to make a play on it. She's laughing as Norris will come into the game. That's a huge play right there for the Firehawks, and that's just derailing for Blue Mountain.
That's outstanding.
Here's Kraft with the serve. She'll send it over right side. Speed looking for the kill, looking to save it, won't be able to send it back over. That was a error off of Kraft. Point will go to Blue Mountain.
That was a kill by Speed.
Yep, kill by Speed once again. So I don't have individual stats on my screen. We'll get that whenever we come back after the first set. It's 15-11 in favor of Blue Mountain when it comes to the kills perspective. Here's the serve. As they look to send it over, and that one will be an ace. First ace here for Blue Mountain, as it is now 22-21. Really good team here. Blue Mountain won the conference last year. Did lose quite a bit of pieces and a new head coach, so a lot of unknowns here for the Toppers. Mulazzi, here's Patterson. Looks to just tip it over. Wilson underneath it here from Blue Mountain. Speed looking for the kill. Block back. Point will go to the Firehawks. That was Patterson with the block.
Blue Mountain.
As they're looking to check, and that point will actually go to Blue Mountain.
I believe
as I wish I had replays on this. I'm not sure what they call. Timeout will go to the Firehawks here. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a short commercial break here on the X-Sports Network.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real and Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And back here on the X Sports Network as we're back. First timeout called here by the Firehawks. Both teams have both teams have one timeout remaining as it's tied up 22 here in this first set. Exciting first set here at the Curry Athletic Complex.
Real eventful. Williams serving.
Garza underneath it. Mulazzi sets it up. Beardsley looking for the kill, and that one is down for the kill. And they're going to say it's out of play, as I believe UT Southern is asking that it was deflected. So,
man, this fan base is...
Yeah, they are not happy. Mulazzi looks to do something with Patterson. Will send it back. And we got another player in the net, as I believe that was
Patterson, I believe.
That was Norris in the net. Not sure who they called it on. So it's now 24-22 set point here for Blue Mountain as they look to take a 1-0 set advantage.
Williams back to serve.
Mulazzi sets it up. Here's Beardsley. Speed underneath it. Here on the far side, send it back. Mulazzi. Garza over here to Norris. She looks to go for the kill. Wilson with the save. Look to send it back over. Garza tracks it down. They send it back over. That's Kraft looking for the kill. Here comes Blue Mountain. Speed once again. Garza with the dig. Somebody looking to get a hold of it, and she will send it back over. That's Garza. Sets it up here in the middle once again, looking for the kill. That's blocked, deflected, sent back over. Mulazzi able to save it as Blue Mountain. Here on the far side, looking for the kill once again. Norris. Mulazzi tracks it down underneath it. Beardsley looking for the kill. That's down for the kill. Point will go to the Firehawks. Crowd's loud. Baseball team standing up. Tennis team. Any team you can think of here at this university is going insane. Patterson back to serve. She'll send it over. Wilson. Speed. We'll send it back over. There's Patterson underneath it. Mulazzi. Here's Beardsley once again going for the kill. Tipped up, looking to save it, which they will do so. Blue Mountain block back. Point will go to the Firehawks. We're tied up at 24. And we will have another timeout here by Blue Mountain. We'll be back here on the X Sports Network.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Back here on the X Sports Network as we are back. Second and final timeout called by Blue Mountain as we are tied up 24-all here in the first set. Patterson back to serve, as you saw when we came back from commercial break. It's the baseball team cheering on these Firehawks.
Getting loud in here.
Patterson sends it over the net. Wilson, they set it up. Here's the kill. That one set up Patterson. Beardsley looking to send it back over. Wilson underneath it. Far side. They set it up, trying to save it, won't be able to. That was deflected off Norris. Wasn't able to do anything with it. Point will go to Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain needs this next point to take this set. Mulazzi look to do something with it, and that point will go to Blue Mountain, and that will be the end of the first set. Blue Mountain wins that set 26-24, as we will be back here shortly for the start of the second set when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
It begins as all great things do, with a flicker, a spark of hope, a seed planted deep, waiting for warmth. A moment when you realize that given the right conditions, everything is possible. Welcome to the place of possible. The University of Tennessee Southern is a family of leaders and scholars united by a single goal: to grow the spark of greatness inside you into a future that transforms your family, your town, and your world. Here you'll spark your passion under the guidance of our nation's brightest minds, who open a window to the world's wonders from close to home. You'll fan the fires of competition on the field, the court, or the course, honing skills you never knew you had to accomplish what you never thought you could. You'll do it all while forging bonds that will last a lifetime, and serving a community that values your talents. Because here, we think the best way to find yourself is to look beyond yourself. There's a future waiting for you. We'll help you build it. Because what defines greatness is a single choice: to not condemn the darkness, but to light a fire.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And back here on the X Sports Network, as Blue Mountain took the first set 26-24, as we are here getting you ready for the start of the second set. here for the home opener for the Firehawks of UT Southern. As Graham, I don't know if you got any first half stats here, but if you do, if you would like to announce those here to the people at home tuning in for us, why don't you go ahead and do so?
Velez for Blue Mountain. He's got 5 kills. Then we got Speed with 2 kills. Then we got Stiegel with 3 kills. And then we got Garland with 5 kills. Then we got Rihanna Brown with 1 kill as well. For your UT Southern Firehawks, we got Kraft with 5 kills. Molazzi with 2. Beasley with 2. Norris with 3. And Griffin with 1 kill.
As back and forth the two teams went here in the first set. As crowd looking to get back into it. As this time, not like high school, these two in college in the NAI level, the benches switch over, so Blue Mountain will be on your right, Firehawks on your left. Here we go, action back underway. Garza looking to save it, and they will send it over. That was Kraft. Set it up here on the far side, and that one will hit the antenna. Point will go to the Firehawks here to start off this first set.
Attack error by Velez.
Mulazzi back to serve. First time here in the second set. She'll send it over the net. Wilson will set it up here. That will be blocked. Point will go to the Firehawks once again. That was Patterson. I believe that's her third block of the game, it feels like.
I believe so. And that was an attack error by Turpin.
Serve once again. They try to save it, and they will send it over. Garza, Mulazzi here in the middle. Patterson looking for the kill, and they're going to call.
Someone was on the net, I believe.
Somebody was in the net for the Firehawks. I wish we had a replay.
That was an attack error by Kraft.
I'm not sure. I want to say it looked like Patterson maybe was in the net.
It was
there.
either Kraft or Patterson. I don't know which one.
Wilson back to serve. She'll get it over the net. Garza. Mulazzi sets it up. Patterson. That'll be blocked back. Garza, though. Here's Beardsley, the lefty. Sets it up.
Great effort.
Looking to get it over. Patterson back over here. That was Kraft once again. Look to send it over. Speed looking for the kill. That one goes long. Point will go to the Firehawks.
That was a kill error by Speed. You see the coach for Blue Mountain.
Got sub coming in the game. Griffin will check out. Norris will check in. Here's Kraft back to serve. She will get it over the net. They set it up here once again, looking for the kill. Blocked back once again by Patterson. They set it back up, tipped over. Patterson will send it back, and they will say it hits the antenna. Point once again for the Firehawks. Starting off hot. They lead 4-1 here in this second set. Kraft back to serve. Firehawks off to the good start here in this second set. Kraft, she'll get it over the net. Sets it up. They look to get over. Speed. Has to fall away. Try to get a hold of it. Garza setting up Beardsley. She looking for the kill, and that one will hit the antenna. Point will go to Blue Mountain. We didn't see that at all in the first set, and that's the third time already here in this set that we've seen it.
I always felt like it's very rare to hit the antenna, but
it is fairly rare to see it. It's a whole lot rare as that one won't be able to be sent back off of UT Southern, as that was Kraft trying to make a play on it. That'll be the first ace for Blue Mountain here in this second set. Speed, back to serve. She'll send it over the net. Patterson just got to do something with it. Able to get it over. That was Norris. They set it up looking for the kill. Nobody there, and that point will go to Blue Mountain.
That was a kill by, I think, Gerleman, I believe. Gerleman, yes. Sophomore from Iowa.
That's a 3-0 run here for Blue Mountain. Mulazzi sets it up. Far side, Norris looking for the kill. That's down for the kill. Wilson not able to get a hand underneath it. Point will go to the Firehawks.
Kill by Norris. That was a great kill. And there's a substitution.
It's Patterson back to serve. just short of the net. Point will go to Blue Mountain, and we're tied up at 5. Service error for UTS. So far pretty even when it comes to stats. The thing really standing out is the hitting percentage, as now UT Southern leads 196 compared to 164 over Blue Mountain. They look for the kill, and that one was dug out, sent right back over, and that was just easiest point you could get if you're Blue Mountain.
Kill by the sophomore from Iowa, Gerleman.
Here's Velez. She gets it over the net. Mulazzi sets it up. Back over to Beardsley, looking for the kill. Hop in the air. Not able to track it down as it went over the railings, I believe, here at the top of the CAC. That point will go to the Firehawks. Beardsley will go back to serve, as it's kind of like a high school gym. A lot of rails and beams supporting this building here.
Can't get away
in this
from
facility, and it's hard to track down sometimes. Beardsley, they look to send it back over, able to do so. Great job there by the Toppers. They look to send it back. Norris looking for the kill. Hop in the air once again. Look to send it back over, and that one will be just on the back corner. Point will go to Blue Mountain, and they take the lead here in the second set, 7-6 over the Firehawks. Sub coming in the game. That one will be number 30. That is Peyton Kidd, the senior. And she will go back to serve, as she is from
Oregon,
Cottage Grove, Oregon.
That's a long way.
Previously went to Southwestern Oregon Community College, so long drive there from Mississippi. Beardsley having to do something with it. Hard time tracking it down. Sets it up, back over. Kraft underneath it. Milazzi sets it up, back over to Beardsley. She'll look to get it over. Able to save it as Blue Mountain. They set it up. Here's Speed looking for the kill, and that's down for the kill once again. And Blue Mountain will take a 8-6 lead over the Firehawks.
Kill by Speed, the sophomore from Arkansas.
Here's the serve once again by Kidd. And miscommunication there from the Firehawks as Mulazzi and Norris, it looked like. Neither one of them was sure who was going to get that ball, but anyways, off the air there. Point will go to the Toppers. Here's Kidd with the serve once again. That's short of the net. And just like that, another error leads to a point here for the Firehawks.
Substitution for
both teams being number 16. That will be
Gerleman.
And also for the Firehawks, that'll be Griffin, the junior. That is Katie Griffin.
And Gerleman came right back out. Number 10 came in for her, Wilson, senior from Arkansas.
Griffin will set it up. They look to send it back. Great block, which they will. Speed underneath it. They look to send it back is Blue Mountain. And right where the defense wasn't. It's now 10-7 in favor for Blue Mountain.
Kill by Stiegel, the junior from Mississippi.
Breanne Brown will go back to serve. They set it up. Beardsley underneath it. They look to send it back down for the kill once again. And UT Southern not able to do anything with it. It's now a 4-point Toppers lead. Serve once again. They get it over the net. Griffin. Milazzi over to Norris here as they look to get it over, trying to save it. Wilson underneath it. Here's Speed going for the kill. Griffin. Milazzi sends it back over towards the back corner, and that point will go to Blue Mountain. I believe they called a double there on UT Southern. And speaking of UT Southern, they'll take their first timeout. They trail by 5 here in this second set. We'll be back here on the X Sports Network.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
All righty, welcome back here in Pulaski, Tennessee, as we're here for the home opener between the visiting the Toppers from Blue Mountain Christian University as they take on the University of Tennessee Southern Firehawks. Here's the serve from Blue Mountain. Beardsley underneath it. Mulazzi sets it up. That's off of the chest of Brown there. That will be a kill for Norris. Excuse me, that was Kraft, actually. That point will go to the Firehawks. So Garza will go back to serve. 4-point lead for Blue Mountain. Garza sends it over. They set it up. Brown, speed, down for the kill. And that was out of play just on the far side. Beardsley looked like she might have clipped it. I don't know if she got away with it there.
It's hard to see with that volleyball.
It is.
So fast.
With the volleyball being as fast as it is, coming off with the speed, no pun intended, from speed.
Exactly.
It's very hard. Garza sends it over the net. That one sails long. That'll be a service error. Point will go to Blue Mountain. Especially with this court, with the white lines for the volleyball line and how the court color is here on the Joe Harding court. Williams back to serve here. Short of the net. Point will go to the Firehawks. Another service error
by Williams.
That is now, I believe, the 5th service error for Blue Mountain compared to University of Tennessee's Southern 4th. Malazzi, she looks to send it over the net. Wilson. Here's Brown. Over here, Speed. Really high up in the air. Off the beams. Crafts underneath it. Patterson looks to send it over. Wilson. Here's Brown once again. Back over to Speed. As that will be almost blocked by Patterson, but will be on the side of UTS. That point will go to the Toppers.
Kill by Speed.
Speed, an unbelievable athlete. Here's Wilson. Short of the net. Point will go back to the Firehawks. Once again, another service error and make that 6 for Blue Mountain.
Subbing.
Norris in for Griffin once again. Here's Kraft. She'll get it over the net. So set it up here in the middle. Passing looks to send it back off the fist of Brown. Here's the kill attempt. Able to save it. Malazzi. She'll send it back towards the back far corner. I set it up. Another kill attempt. Blocked by Patterson. Trying to save it. That's Speed. They'll send it back over. That's Williams. Malazzi sets it up. Patterson once again. That one's down for the kill.
The freshman from Laverne.
Like you said, at the bench for UTS is letting them know that that was a freshman with the kill. Next serve by Kraft. That one will sail long. Point will go to Blue Mountain. 15-12 here. Speed back to serve.
UT Southern's, I believe, 5th service error.
So far, one thing that stands out is the assist between two teams. Blue Mountain with 22 and the Firehawks with 14. Beardsley just trying to send it over. Garza looking to save it, sends it back over. Here's Norris, has to fall away, gets it over the net. Brown sets it up here in the middle. Gerleman with the kill. That point will go to Blue Mountain.
Seems like she's been getting the kills for all of them.
Blue Mountain coming into this game 7-2 overall compared to the Firehawks 4-0. First conference game between the two here in the Southern States Athletic Conference. First home game as well here for the Firehawks. Speed looks to get it over the net. That one will go back over to Blue Mountain. They look to send it over. Garza has to save it. Falls for it. Sets it up. Beardsley with the kill. Down for the kill.
Great kill. Great kill.
Good awareness by Beardsley. Able to find a hole in the defense. And puts it down for another kill for her stat line as they trail by 3. Patterson back to serve here for the Firehawks. Patterson, and that one will sail along. Another one here for the Firehawks, and it's been a little struggle here when it comes to serving for the Firehawks here in this one as they now trail by 4. Subs coming in the game. It looks like that will be number 11, Stiegel.
Garza came in for Patterson.
Back
for
to
the
serve
Firehawks.
will be Velez. Looks to serve it up, gets it over the net. Beardsley trying to save it. Malazzi still up in the air. Back over to Blue Mountain. That one's down. Point will go to the Toppers.
That was great effort.
Not what you want to see if you were Blue Mountain. So I'm not sure. Malazzi looks like she's a little shaken up on the play. Looks like there's sweat maybe on the floor. So it looked like it just came off wrong off of her fist when she was trying to just save it there and do something with it. Might have slipped there. Anyways, point will go to the Toppers as they lead by 5 here in this second set. They won the first set 26-24. Here's Velez, and that's down for the kill once again. Beardsley wasn't able to make a play on that one. It's now 19-13. Blue Mountain starting to make their strides. Here's the next serve. She'll get it over the net. Garza. They look to set it up in the middle. Beardsley going for the kill, and that one's dug out here by Speed. Brown underneath it. Looks to get it over. Will do so. Here come the Firehawks. Norris looks to get it over the net. Speed. Up in the air once again, looking for the kill. That'll be tipped up here in the air. Garza makes the diving save. Trying to get it over. Will do so. That's Kraft. Brown once again sets it up here for the kill. Dug out. Garza underneath it. Falling away is Norris. That's just out of play. Point will go to Blue Mountain. It was close. Norris looks like she had to fall away on that attack.
Attack error by Norris.
Les back to serve once again. She's been camping back there. Look to send it over once again. Beardsley has to make the dive and save. Malazzi. Norris once again tipped up. Point will go to the Firehawks. Now 22-14.
That was a kill by Ward. Probably most likely tip over the net.
Here's Beardsley. Sends it over the net. And will just get it over. Brown looking for the kills. Blue Mountain. Garza with it. Goes into about the 6th row off of her. And point will go to Blue Mountain.
Kill by Gerleman.
Gerleman with the kill as Garza tried to make a play on it. Now 21-14. We're on the back stretch here. Blue Mountain is on the back stretch here in this second set. Here's the serve once again. Garza here in the middle. Beardsley looking for the kill. And that was dug out.
That was great.
But won't be able to be returned. Point will go to the Firehawks off another kill here for Beardsley.
Griffin coming in for Norris for the Firehawks.
Griffin once again. Wilson also, I believe, checked into the game here for the Toppers. 21-15, 6-point Toppers lead. Set from Griffin. And that one will just sail out of play. Close to the line. Point will go to the Toppers on that one. Back to serve now will be Brown.
Service error by Griffin.
Service errors have been an issue here in this second set. They set it up. Griffin digs it out. As Malazzi trying to find a hole in the defense. Speed looks to get it back over. Block back to Blue Mountain. That one be out of play. Point will go to the Firehawks.
It was in play. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Patterson
It was close to that white line. Garza will go back to serve here.
Patterson checking in for the Firehawks.
The Firehawks still have one timeout here in this second set. Blue Mountain has both of theirs still. Garza looks to send it over. That's dug out by Velez. Here's the kill attempt. Trying to save it. Garza underneath it. And Griffin can't do anything with that one. Point will go to Blue Mountain. 23-16. Blue Mountain's 2 points away from taking this second set and leading 2-0.
That's a kill by Stiegel.
Abby Williams will go back to serve now. Here's the serve. That one will sail long. Point will go to the Firehawks. It's now 23-17. Firehawks need to make a run here. Here's Milliey. She gets it over the net. Wilson. Brown looking to get it over. That was Velez. Milliey here on the far side. Kraft sent back over and then was blocked. Garza near side back to Beardsley, and I believe that hit the antenna. Point will go to Blue Mountain. Now 24-17, and that point will lead to Blue Mountain only needing 1 point here to take this second set and lead 2-0. Here's Wilson looking to get it over the net. Milliey sets it up. Kind of awkward there. Patterson, that point will go to Blue Mountain, and that one will end the second set. Blue Mountain leads that set 25-17. They lead 2-0 as they look to close this out in 3 sets, but the Firehawks looking to take it the distance. That will be coming up next here on the Exports Network.
It begins as all great things do, with a flicker, a spark of hope, a seed planted deep, waiting for warmth. A moment when you realize that given the right conditions, everything is possible. Welcome to the place of possible. The University of Tennessee Southern is a family of leaders and scholars united by a single goal: to grow the spark of greatness inside you into a future that transforms your family, your town, and your world. Here you'll spark your passion under the guidance of our nation's brightest minds, who open a window to the world's wonders from close to home. You'll fan the fires of competition on the field, the court, or the course, honing skills you never knew you had to accomplish what you never thought you could. You'll do it all while forging bonds that will last a lifetime, and serving a community that values your talents. Because here, we think the best way to find yourself is to look beyond yourself. There's a future waiting for you. We'll help you build it. Because what defines greatness is a single choice: to not condemn the darkness, but to light a fire.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And back here on the Exports Network as we are back here for the third and what could be the final set here in tonight's action here for the first game here in the Curry Athletic Complex. I do want to make an apology as it is not Milliey, it is Mulozzi. Is that, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Graham? Mulozzi. So I do want to apologize for that. The sheet I have has it pronounced differently. So I do apologize for that, as UTS will have the starting serve, here in this first set, or the third set. As first set, it was 26-24 for Blue Mountain, and it was 25-17 for Blue Mountain in the second set. Firehawks looking to come back and take it to 5 sets. In order to do that, they have to win this set, the next set, and the fifth and final set here in tonight's action. Historic night here for us on the Exports Network, the first broadcast here for the University of Tennessee Southern here on the Exports Network platform.
I know UT Southern's down 2-0, but, man, they've been bringing it.
Yeah, they've not shown any signs of giving up, and as a team that's undefeated right now, here's the serve. Brown set it up. Velez, it was for Blue Mountain. They set it up. Velez underneath that one. Speed looking for the kill. And that one will be just out of play point. We'll go to the Firehawks. Starting things off here in the third set.
Attack error by Speed, the sophomore.
Here's the serve once again. They set up service error. And that'll be down for ace. Not a service error, excuse me. That was an ace here for UTS. That was Milliey with the ace once again. Serve once again here. And that's just short of the net. Point will go to the Toppers. First one here in the third set.
There's a service error by Milliey.
Milliey. We're just going to have a little write-off, I guess, after this game.
We apologize for pronunciation.
Yeah, get it memorized and burned into our brains here. Patterson gets it over the net. Brown underneath. Here's Speed looking for the kill. Milliey. Garza. Here's Beardsley looking for the kill. A little awkward attack there. Let's send it back over. That one's down. Point will go to
inbounds.
Blue Mountain.
Kill by Velez. Sophomore from Texas.
Serve from Speed. She gets it over net. Beardsley underneath. Milliey. Here's Kraft. Sent back over here to the Firehawks, though. That was blocked by Blue Mountain. Kraft having to do something with it, and nobody able to make a play on it. Point will go to Blue Mountain. They go on a 3-0 lead after trailing 2-0.
Attack error by Kraft.
Serve here for Speed once again. Beardsley. Milliey. Here's Kraft. She'll send it back over. Wilson underneath. Velez blocked.
Great
block. And that point will go to Patterson once again. And the Firehawks, the block will go to Patterson. Point will go to the Firehawks.
Great block by the freshman Patterson.
Yep. Blue Mountain trying to argue it. Griffin will check out. Checking in will be Norris. Still argument here is anyway, not sure what the argument was. Looked clean to me from here, but then again, I'm in the press box. There's Kraft. Brown sets it up, looking to get it over. Velez. Milliey. Norris looking for the kill. Hop in the air. Sets it up, looking for the kill again. Off of Patterson. Patterson looking to make a play on it. Won't be able to. Point will go to Blue Mountain. Velez will go back to serve. Blue Mountain leads by 1 here. She'll get it over the net. Patterson looking for the kill, blocked back. They set it up. Norris once again. That's off of Blue Mountain. And that point will go to the Firehawks.
Great kill by Norris and great effort trying to get that block.
Firehawks looking to extend this game here as they trail 2-0. They'll have to go the distance. They want to come out with a victory here tonight, here in their home opener. Brown. They'll set it up, looking to get over. That'll be blocked, I believe, by Beardsley here. Set it up over to Beardsley for the kill attempt. Brown looking to get over. That's down for the kill. That was number 11, Stiegel. Point will go to Blue Mountain as they regain the lead here. Garza comes in. Patterson will check out. Same for
Kid
Blue
in
Mountain.
for Garleman.
Turpin for Wilson. Back to serve is Kidd for the Toppers. There's the serve. Milliey. Here's Beardsley. That's tip. Looking to save it. Will do so, Kidd. Here's Speed looking for the kill attempt, and that one will be off of Garza. Point will go to Blue Mountain off of that one as they take a 2-point lead here in this third set.
That's a good kill by Speed. Like I said earlier, Speed is a great athlete, as she's shown so far.
Kid back to serve once again. She'll get it over the net. Garza sets it up here for Beardsley. Now they down. Another kill for Emma Beardsley, the junior.
Substitution, Gurleman coming in for Kidd. And then Norris coming in for Gurleman.
Speaking of Beardsley, she will go back to serve here for the Firehawks. They trail by 1. She'll get it over the net. Brown looking for the kill. Won't be able to be saved. That will be off of Beardsley into the third row. Point will go to the Toppers.
Kill by Turpin. Junior from Alabama.
Here's the serve once again. That one will sail out of play. Point will go to the Firehawks off that one as they trail by 1 once again. Griffin into the game for Norris.
Just service error. Griffin serving now.
Griffin just get it over the net. Brown underneath him, though, with the save. Speed able to get it over the net here for the Toppers. They'll send it back over towards the back corner. Velez sets it up. Here's in the middle, and that one will be blocked by Olivia Ward. That point will go to the Firehawks. It's tied up at 7 now. Now back to serve once again. She'll get it over the net. Velez. Stiegel looking for the kill, and that one will sail out of play. And that point will go to the Firehawks, and they retake the lead here.
Attack error by Stiegel.
So far, Blue Mountain has 14 attack errors compared to UTS's 9. Here's Brown. Speed looking for the kill. That one sails out of play once again. Firehawks retake a 2-point lead after leading at the start of the third set 2-0.
Back-to-back attack errors by Blue Mountain.
Here's Griffin once again, just short of the net. Point will go to the Toppers. Another service error, as pretty even between the two. Blue Mountain with 8 compared to the Firehawks 9 service errors. So both teams pretty even when it comes to the stats. Here's the serve. That was Williams. Malozzi looks to get it over to Wilson. And look, Garza underneath it. Malozzi sets it up. Kill attempt. There's Kraft. Won't be able to do anything with it. That point will go to the Firehawks.
Great kill. Great kill.
Kraft.
I believe Patterson came in for
Ward, I believe, is who she came in for. Kraft is second in team kills for the Firehawks. Garza gets it over the net. Brown underneath. Speed looks to just punch it over. Sets it up. Beardsley looking for a kill. Just sails a little long. Point will go to Blue Mountain. They trail by 1 here. Wilson will go back to serve. So here's the serve here. Beardsley underneath it. Malozzi. Here's Kraft. She'll get it over, and that one will be.
And that's
one of them saying
in bounds.
One official was saying that it was out of play. The other was saying it was in play.
Can't argue with the refs.
Yeah. It looked like it was out of play. Here's Patterson.
Great
that's
kill.
Down for a kill. No doubt about that one.
The freshman.
Here's Malozzi. And that's down for another ace for the Firehawks. They take a 2-point lead once again.
Let's keep this intensity up.
There's the serve. And that one will just sail out of play. Close to the line there. Another service error for the Firehawks. It's now 12-11 in favor of UTS. Speed back to serve here for the Toppers. She will sail it over the net. Great job there by Beardsley. Sends it back over. Will be out of play, though, as that was Patterson looking to do. So point will go back to Blue Mountain. And just like that, we're tied up at 12.
The attack error right there for the Firehawks.
Here's Speed looking to get it over short of net. And with that, Firehawks regain the lead. Norris set to check in for Griffin here.
Kraft serving for the Firehawks. Like Hayden said earlier, she's second in team kills, you said?
Yes, second in team kills, and she is behind Beardsley. She's leading the team in kills for the Firehawks. Brown, they looking to get it over.
Great block.
That was Gurley. That point will go to the Toppers. I believe that was, yeah, it was Gurley. Gurley, man, excuse me.
That's her 10th kill this entire game. Oh, 11th kill, excuse me.
Velez looks to get it over the net. She will do so. Firehawks looks to get it over. That's Norris looking to save it. That's Brown underneath it. They look to get it over. That'll be blocked back over to Blue Mountain. They look to get it back over. I believe that was Kraft underneath that one. They set up. Here's Beardsley looking for another kill and down for another kill. Firehawks take a 1-point lead once again.
Ward coming in for Garza for the Firehawks.
I believe it should be 14-13. The scoreboard has 13-13, so we'll just keep it as it is right now. What the scoreboard says. They look to get it over the net. That one looks like it just sailed a hair long. Oh, sub. It must be 13-14 here. So here's Kidd. She'll look to get it over the net. They set it up. Looking for the kill. That was Ward. Able to save it. Here's Speed. She will get it over the net. Malozzi. Norris looking for the kill. That's down for the kill. Another kill here for the Firehawks. As it's now tied up at 14. Scoreboard. Looks like we got it all figured out here now. Beardsley, she will go back to serve here for UTS. Great crowd here tonight here in the Curry Athletic Complex. Opening night here. I think we're having a little scoreboard issue. I'm not sure, as I did have the score right. So Firehawks do lead 15-14. And I was wondering, so with that, it isn't tied. It is actually a 1-point Firehawk lead. Beardsley, she will send it over the net. Wilson underneath it. They send it back over. It's the Firehawks. Wilson. They send it over. Beardsley. Here's Garza. Norris looking for it. Just a hair out of play. Point will go to Blue Mountain.
Tag error by Norris. Attack error ratio. 15 Blue Mountain and 11 UT Southern.
Here's the serve here. That was Brown. Malozzi, they send it over. That was Ward. Malozzi, she'll send it back over to Blue Mountain. Brown sets it up. They look to send it over. Garza underneath it. Sets it up. Here's Norris. Blocked back to the Firehawks. And that point will go to Blue Mountains. They call 4 on that one. That point will go to Blue Mountain Christian University. They take a 1-point lead. Getting over the net. There's Garza underneath it. They look to tip it back over. Battle at the net. Beardsley underneath it. They set it up. Here's Norris. Up in the air still here for the Toppers. They look to get it over. Stiegel. Good block. And they're still playing. UT Southern said they were in the net. That will be out of play. That point will go to the Firehawks. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. They tied up here at 16.
Griffin checking in for Norris.
Griffin back to serve here for the Firehawks. She will get it over the net, and that will just miss. Point will go to Blue Mountain. Another service error. Make it 12 for the Firehawks.
Got Williams checking in for Stiegel.
That is Williams back to serve here. They have a 1-point lead. She'll get it over. Garza underneath. Sets it up. That'll be blocked back by Blue Mountain. That was number 9, Turpin. They take a 2-point lead. Have to think if Blue Mountain gets this next point, will UT take their first time out here in this third set. Both teams still have 2. High up in the air. Garza underneath. They look to get it over. That's Kraft. Sends it back to the back corner. Griffin able to be there with it. They set it up here on the far side. Beardsley trying to make a play on it. Griffin won't be able to make a play and able to save it. That point will go to Blue Mountain. It's now a 3-point Toppers lead, and that timeout will happen. UTS trails 19-16. We'll be back here on the X Sports Network.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Alrighty, welcome back here on the X Sports Network. Hayden Burks with Graham Burks here. We bring you live action here at the Curry Athletic Complex as the Firehawks trail 19-16 here in this third set. They'll look to go the distance as they trail 2-0. It's going back to serve will be
Williams.
Also from Alabama, sophomore. Take a look at the bottom of the screen there. On the scroll bar, it tells you all the games coming up here for the Firehawks in any sport you can think of. They look to get it over the Firehawks, that is. Brown sets it up, looking for the kill. Beardsley underneath it. They send it back over towards the back corner. Able to save it is Blue Mountain. They set it up, looking to get it back, and that point, I believe it will go to, they're calling it for the Firehawks. As Blue Mountain said, it was deflected, or they wanted deflection here, but it will be out of play. Point will go to UTS on that one. Garza will go back to serve. The senior here from Memphis, Tennessee. She'll send it over. Velez, here's the serve, speed, sent back over.
There you go, Beardsley.
Kill attempt. Another kill attempt from Speed. Griffin underneath that one. They set it up. Patterson looking for the kill. Wilson with the dig. Sets it up. Here, back over to UT Southern. Malozzi. Kraft looking for the kill. That's down for the kill. Point will go to the Firehawks. So it's a 1-point Topper lead.
Ashley Kraft with that kill.
Kraft with another kill on her stat line here tonight. Garza back once again for the serve. She'll get it over the net. Brown will set it up here on the far side, looking for another kill. Griffin right there for it. Kraft, she's looking for another kill. Velez, Wilson, Brown. She'll just have to send it back over to the Firehawks, and a little miscommunication. Point will go to the Toppers. Tough break there as we're on the back stretch here if you're a Toppers fan. They're 5 points away from taking this set and the match.
The kill by Brown. They
look to get it over. Kraft. Here's Brown setting it up. That was Gerleman looking to send it back over. That's Kraft. Not able to do anything with it. Another kill for Kraft. Back down to a 1-point Topper lead.
Add that to her stat line. UT Southern not backing down.
Malozzi gets it over the net. Speed trying to put it back in play. Will do so. Back over to the Firehawks. Sets it up. Patterson looking for the kill. That's down for the kill. Another point for the Firehawks, and we're tied up at 20.
Firehawks start to come alive.
And we're going to have a timeout here by Blue Mountain. Their first and their third set. We'll take it with them here on the X Sports Network.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
Nobody makes hauling more affordable than C&D Hauling. Serving southern Middle Tennessee and northern Alabama, they supply premium materials like asphalt, sand, gravel, and much more for whoever needs it, like contractors, builders, or homeowners. Call today for a free quote.
And back here on the X Sports Network, timeout call by Blue Mountain as we are tied up at 20 here in Pulaski, Tennessee, on the campus of the University of Tennessee Southern. Home opener here for the Firehawks as they are 4-0 coming in this game, looking to keep that streak alive. They'll have to go to distance to do so. Here comes the serve. They look to get it over. Brown sets it up. Speed falling away, gets it over the net. Garza here on the far side. That's Beardsley looking for the kill, and that will get the intent. It looks like point will go to Blue Mountain.
I believe that was hit twice as a tack error by Beardsley.
They called the antenna there. I'm not sure. Go back and watch it. Anyway, Speed. She'll look to get it over the net. Will do so. Here's Patterson. Just floats it over the net. Brown send it back towards that back corner, and that will be just out of play. Point will go to the Firehawks. Tied up once again at 21.
Blue Mountain fans arguing about that call.
It was very, very close. Subs coming in. Norse will check in for Griffin. Here's Kraft. Brown sets it up underneath. They'll look to get it over. Will do so. Beardsley sets it up. Norse will just tip it back over. Brown here on the far side, and that will be deflected, and point will go to Blue Mountain. So that was deflected off Patterson. We'll have subs coming in the game. That will be number 11, Stiegel, once again. And that will be Velez going back to serve here for Blue Mountain. Here's the serve. That's Kraft. Here's Beardsley. Tips it over. Wilson able to track it down underneath. Speed looking for the kill.
Great block.
Back over here to Blue Mountain. They send it back, and nobody there for the Firehawks. Point will go to Blue Mountain once again. They take a 2-point lead here late in this third set. Coach Ruiz thinking about taking her final timeout. Here's the serve by Velez. Sets it up. Patterson looking for the kill. Wilson. And that point will go to the Firehawks. As I believe they called number 6. That is, I don't have number 6 on my roster here. Maybe they hit number 5 was in the net there. Anyways, Patterson back to serve. That one's down.
That was in.
It was in for the Firehawks, and we're tied up at 23. Another ace, and it comes at a crucial time late in this third set.
Firehawks starting to heat up.
Here's Patterson looking to get it over. She will do so. That one sails just a little long. Point will go to Blue Mountain. It is now set point and match point here for the Toppers.
I believe Garza checked in for Patterson for the Firehawks.
We're going to have a stoppage play, I believe. I think it's Norris tying her shoe. And we'll get an extra break here as the Firehawks take their final timeout here in this third set. We'll take it with them here on the X Sports Network.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Alrighty, back here on the X Sports Network as we're back. It is set and match point here for the Toppers as they look to leave Pulaski with a win. But the University of Tennessee Southern here in Pulaski is trying to come back and go the distance and pick up a win and look to stay undefeated and pick up their first conference win of the season. In order to do that, they got to win this set and then go to the fourth set. Here's the serve. Bars underneath. Sets it up, back over the net. Trying to save it back over to Blue Mountain. They're looking to do something with it. Back over, Garza underneath it. They set it up. Beardsley looking for the kill. That's down for the kill. Point will go to the Firehawks. And it is 24-all.
Garland checking in for Blue Mountain. And
Beardsley back to serve here. Here's the serve. Gets it just over the net. Brown underneath it. Finds a hole in the defense, and that point will go to Blue Mountain. And they are 1 point away from taking this set once again. Brown back to serve. She will get it over the net. That one out of play. Point will go back to the Firehawks, 25-all.
There's a service error by Brown.
Griffin will check in for Norris. But she will go back to serve here for the Firehawks. Crowd starting to get loud here in the CAC. Here's Griffin. Gets it over the net. Looks to get it over. That'll be sent by Wilson. Point will go to the Firehawks, and they lead 26-25. They are 1 point away from taking this third set. We're going to have a timeout here by Blue Mountain. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
It begins as all great things do, with the flicker, a spark of hope, a moment when you realize that given the right conditions, everything is possible. Here, we think the best way to find yourself is to look beyond yourself, because what defines greatness is a single choice: to not condemn the darkness, but to light a fire.
And back here on the X Sports Network, here's the serve from Griffin. Looking to make a play on it. Gets it over the net. Garza underneath it. Here's Kraft. Wilson saves it. Sets it up. Here's Speed looking for the ball. Down. And that point will go to the Firehawks. And they will take the third set, 27-25. And with that, we will go to the fourth set as the Firehawks looking to take that momentum and try to win this next set and try to take it to a fifth set. That will be coming up next for us here on the Exports Network.
It begins as all great things do, with the flicker, a spark of hope, a moment when you realize that given the right conditions, everything is possible. Here, we think the best way to find yourself is to look beyond yourself, because what defines greatness is a single choice: to not condemn the darkness, but to light a fire.
ArcticAir keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using ArcticAir for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
ArcticAir. When you need us, we'll be there.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tennessee Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tennessee Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit tennessee.com.
Welcome to the newly remodeled Brass Lantern. For over 30 years, we've been serving delicious food to excellent people. Brass Lantern takes pride in authenticity, serving fresh, homemade food to please any member of the family. From mouth-watering to one-of-a-kind steaks served with gourmet marinade, to salad with our signature honey mustard dressing, specialty fruit tea, drafts, and much more. Our food is always prepared daily. Whether you come in with friends or family, you'll appreciate that fresh is better.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Alrighty, and welcome everybody back here to Pulaski, Tennessee, here on the campus of the University of Tennessee Southern, as the Firehawks take that third set 27-25, as they still trail 2-1, but looking to take it the distance and try to pick up their first conference win of the season and the home opener, and also try to remain undefeated as they are 4-0. Blue Mountain came into this game 7-2 overall. Once again, first Southern State's conference game, so big game here, and also it'd be a big one here for the Firehawks to beat the reigning conference champions.
It's been standouts on both teams. Really, Velez for Blue Mountain, she's really been a standout for Blue Mountain.
Velez has been really good for the Toppers.
And for the home team, UT Southern, really Kraft and Beersley have both really been the standouts for that team.
Absolutely is.
As we said before, Beardsley and Kraft are top two on the team.
Kills when it comes to kills, yeah.
But UT Southern are not backing down. I'd like to see UT Southern come back and sweep the mountains, or Blue Mountain.
As officials looking to make sure everybody's where they need to be here. Good crowd here on hand tonight for the home opener here in the CAC. Baseball teams here. Looks like a bunch of tennis players, soccer players as well. Getting loud.
The track team over there getting loud.
Anyways, looks like everything is ready to go here, and we're almost ready for action to start this fourth set off. Wilson will come in. The Toppers will get the starting serve here in this fourth set, I do believe. Garza back in as well. That will be Wilson starting things off here for Blue Mountain. Action back underway. Wilson just over the net. Here's Kraft looking for the kill. Dug out. Brown underneath it. Up in the air once again. Here for the Firehawks, Garza. Here's Beardsley. She'll just send it back over. Diving save here, Wilson. Over to Speed. She's looking for the kill. Still up in the air here for the Firehawks now. Look to get it over Kraft. Tips it over. Back over to Blue Mountain. Sets it up. Looks to get it over. And that'll be down for the kill. First point will go to Blue Mountain.
Kill by Turpin.
The back corner there for the Firehawks.
Williams back to serve.
It's dug out. Malozzi sets it up. Over here to Speed once again. Malozzi, Garza underneath it. Here's Kraft looking for the kill. Still up in the air here now for the Toppers. Velez down for the kill. That point will go to the Toppers. They lead 2-0 here to start things out.
Velez been leading this team, and statistically wise, she's really been standing out for Blue Mountain.
Here's Williams once again. She gets it over. Beardsley sets it up here on the far side. Kraft looking for the kill once again, and that will be point for Blue Mountain. I believe it was blocked and into the playing field of the Firehawks. Here's the serve. Here's the underneath. Let's get over Patterson. Now be deflected off, and point will go to the Firehawks. Their first here in this fourth set after the kill here by Patterson.
Freshman from Laverne, she's looked really good.
Malozzi here back to serve for the Firehawks. She will get it over the net. Looks to get it over.
Great block.
Point will go back to the Firehawks once again, and guess who? That's Patterson. Get it over. Underneath it is Brown. Looking for the kill. Able to save it. Puts it back up in the air. Garza tries to save it. Go in the first row, though.
Great effort by Garza.
That point will go to Blue Mountain. Wilson with the serve. Just over the net. Malozzi, Patterson gets it over. Finds a hole in the defense. Point goes to the Firehawks as they trail by one once again.
2 kills already for Patterson.
Just in this set as well.
I believe we had a substitution. Norris coming in for Griffin.
Here's Kraft back to serve. She'll get it over the net. Brown over here to the near side. Velez. They send it back over. Here's Velez once again. Why not? That one out of play. Point will go to the Firehawks. Ties it up at 4 here.
That was good effort by Velez.
Kraft back to serve once again. 4-4. We'll just send it over the net. Will be out of play towards the Blue Mountain bench. That point will go to the Toppers. They regain the lead. Speed back to serve.
That was a service error by Kraft.
Here's the serve for Speed. Malozzi. Here's Norris just short of the net. Point will go to the Firehawks. Looks like, point will go to the Toppers. Looks like just mistimed it there. Speed will go back to serve once again. 2-point lead for Blue Mountain. Here's Speed just over the net. Malozzi, Beardsley just taps it over. Wilson underneath it. Brown sets it up. Here's Speed looking for the kill. And down for the kill. Another kill for Speed. Almost got my words backwards. I about said another Speed for kill.
Sophomore from Arkansas.
Yep. Point will go to the Toppers. They lead by 3. Looks like a wet spot on the court here on the side of the Firehawks. Looking to get that cleaned up. And it looks like we're good to go. Action about to be back underway. A lot of orange in the crowd here.
Great crowd.
I'm not sure if they made it a all-orange game here in this home opener. They set it up. Beardsley looks to get over that. Speed high up in the air. Wilson underneath. Looks to get it over. Williams short of the net. Point will go to the Firehawks.
That was an attack error by Williams. Substitution. Ward coming in for Garza.
Patterson back to serve here for the Firehawks. Brown. Here's Speed once again. Looks to get it over. That will be just out of place. Sales. Point will go to the Firehawks once again.
That was an attack error by Speed.
Patterson once again back to serve. Wilson underneath it. Here's Brown. Let's get it over. And that'll be out of play. Well, we'll go to the Firehawks, and just like that, we're tied up at 7.
Back-to-back attack errors for Blue Mountain. Got to get that cleaned up some way, somehow.
Here's Patterson once again, just short of the net. That point will go to the Toppers. Another service error, make it 15 for the Firehawks.
Garza checking back in for the Firehawks.
Pretty even from a lot of things. There are a lot of things that pop out on the stats here for both teams of reasons why it looks like this. They get it over. Garza underneath. Malozzi sets up. That was Ward. They look to get it over. Blue Mountain, that's down for the kill, as that will be Garleman.
That was great.
7-9.
That was great effort by Kraft. Trying to save that.
Velez back to serve. She will get it over the net here. Beardsley here with the kill attempt. Still up in the air here. Let's get it over. That one's out of play. Point will go to the Firehawks.
That was in play.
Actually, they do call it in play. It's now 10-7 for Blue Mountain. From my vantage point, it looked like it was in play.
That kill was by Stiegel.
Velez once again, getting it over the net here. Malozzi gets it over, and that's down for another kill for Norris. Point goes to the Firehawks. They trail by 2.
Great kill by Norris.
Beardsley now back to serve. They trail by 2 here in this 4th set. She will get it over the net. That was a bullet coming off. Looks to get it over. Garza. Norris underneath it. Beardsley, she'll look to get it over the net. Just sails out of play. Point will go to Blue Mountain.
Kid checking in for Gurley. And Turpin checking in for Wilson.
Peyton Kidd back to serve here. The senior from Oregon. She will get it over the net. Will sail long, though. Point will go to Firehawks. So back and forth, these two teams are trading points. Sub coming in the game, Griffin for Norris. Griffin will go back to serve here for the Firehawks. Here's Griffin with the serve now. Gets it over the net. They set it up here in the middle. Gerleman. Malozzi sends it back over. Wilson, Brown. Gerleman once again. Garza. Malozzi here on the far side. They look to send it over. That's Kraft. Velez over here to Stiegel. That's off of Beardsley, and that point will go to the Toppers. That kill will go to Stiegel. I've been quiet here late in this one.
Got Brown serving for the Toppers.
She will get it over the net. Malozzi. That was Ward. Sends it over here for the Firehawks. Speed now looking for the kill. That one is off the Firehawks. Point will go back to Blue Mountain once again. Now 13-9. Firehawks need to stop this run if they want to keep their win streak alive and get the home opener win here in Pulaski. Here's Brown once again, gets it over the net. Sets it up, gets it over, and that'll be deflected. Point will go to the Firehawks.
That was a kill by Kraft.
That was Kraft with the kill. Been hovering around that 3-point lead for Blue Mountain. Garza back to serve here. She will send it over the net. Brown sets it up. Speed looking for the kill.
Right
Sent
block.
back. Point to the Firehawks.
Patterson with the block.
Garza once again back to serve. Over the net. Brown. Let's get it over. That's Stiegel. Up in the air.
Great save.
Able to make a play on it. Garza, she'll send it back over the net, though. Sets it up. Speed going for the kill.
Great block by Patterson.
Patterson once again.
The freshman. Firehawks starting to come back from this 3-point deficit.
13-12. Garza sails a little long. Point will go to the Toppers. Lead extends back out to 2. Williams comes in for Stiegel. She'll go back to serve here for Blue Mountain. Here's the serve. Just over the net. Malozzi. Here's Kraft. Down for another kill.
That was a great kill.
That was Kraft. Another kill for her. She's got 12 here in this one. Beardsley with 8 and Norris with 7.
Add that to her stat line.
Malozzi gets it over the net. Brown sets it up. On the far side is Speed. That's down for the kill for the Toppers. Leads back out to 2. It's been hovering around that range.
Great effort by Garza trying to save that.
Wilson back to serve. Been pretty back and forth in the previous 3 sets between these two teams. Wilson gets it over the net. That's off of Beardsley. Not able to make a play on it. Point will go to the Toppers. It's now 16-13. That'll be another ace for Blue Mountain. That's now the 5th for the Toppers compared to the 4 service aces from the Firehawks. Here's the serve. Garza underneath it. Over here to Beardsley. She looks to get it over short of the net. Point will go to the Toppers once again. And it's now a 4-point lead for Blue Mountain. So
Attack error by Beardsley.
Firehawks trying to cut back into this lead, trailing by 4. Malozzi sets it up. Patterson tips it back over. Wilson tracks it down underneath it. Velez, that's down for the point for the Toppers. Griffin trying to make a play on it. It's now a 5-point Blue Mountain lead, and we're going to have a timeout here by UT Southern. We'll take that break with them here on the Exports Network.
Make your property rock and roll with services from GNS Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Alrighty, back here in Pulaski, Tennessee, on the campus of the University of Tennessee Southern, as the Toppers lead the Firehawks 18-13 here in the home opener for this volleyball season. Hayden Burks on the call, bringing you tonight's action alongside with Graham Burks.
Wilson really likes serving on that left side.
Wilson, she looks to get it over the net, will do so. Malozzi, here's Patterson. Wilson with the diving save over here to Velez. Griffin sets it up over here to the far side for the UT Southern Firehawks. Sends it over. Garza won't be able to make a play on it. Point will go to Blue Mountain.
Kill by Gerleman.
Wilson to serve once again. She'll get it over the net. Malozzi, far side. Kraft looking for another kill.
Great save.
Wilson. Velez over the net. Tip back over to Blue Mountain, though. They set it up, looking to get it over. Garza underneath that one. Beardsley looks to get it over. Able to do so. Wilson over here to Speed. Gets it over. Tip back once again. That was Patterson. Velez. Tip back once again. Speed. She'll just send it over the net. Garza over to Kraft. That's down for the kill. Point will go to the Firehawks. A sub coming in the game. That would be Norris checking in for Griffin.
Kraft serving for them Firehawks.
Firehawks still have one timeout remaining. Blue Mountain still has their 2 here in this 4th set. Velez trying to make a play on it. That's down for the kill. Point will go to the Toppers. And they have now reached the back stretch as they are 5 points away from taking this set and the match. Firehawks trail by 6. Here's Speed back to serve. She will get it over the net. Here's Beardsley looking for the kill. Speed high up in the air. Williams underneath it. Velez sends it back over. Garza trying to make a play on it. Firehawks will not be able to do so. Leads opened up to 7.
Great effort by Garza and Malozzi.
Here's Speed. She'll get it over the net. Over here to Norris. And that one will be a point for the Toppers. Norris not able to get that one over. Now 22-14. Toppers 3 points away from taking this 4th set and taking the match. Let's set it up. Beardsley looking for the kill. Sells long. Point will go to the Toppers once again, and it's now a 9-point Blue Mountain lead. Here's the serve. Speed just gets it over the net here. Malozzi, as they get it over, that was Kraft. Sets it up. Veloz Sends it back. That one is out of play. Point will go to the Firehawks. 23-15. Back to serve will be Patterson. Ward will check into the game now. Here for UT Southern.
That was an attack error by Velez.
As Patterson short of the net, point will go to the Toppers. Set point and match point for Blue Mountain. That's Velez. Back to serve here for the Toppers. She look to send it over. Bars underneath. Looking to get it over. That's Norris. Brown sets it up. Here for Speed. Looking for the kill. Short of the net. Point will go to the Firehawks.
Attack error by Speed.
Firehawks looking to climb their way back into this fourth set and try to extend it to go to the fifth and final set. Beardsley back to serve. She'll get it over the net. Wilson. Brown sets it up. Here's Gerleman. Dug out by Beardsley. Norris sends it over. Wilson. Brown sends it over. Garza looking to save it. And they'll get it back over. Norris down with the kill. To a run here from the Firehawks. It's now 24-17.
Great kill.
Here's the serve from Beardsley. Wilson back over the net. Here to UT Southern. They'll get it over. That's Norris. They sets it up. Gerleman looking for the kill. Garza underneath it, sends it back. Beardsley. She'll have to send it over. Speed. Brown sets it up. Velez tipped up. Here in the air for UT Southern. Tipped up. Still up in the air, Brown. Velez looking for another kill. That's actually Stiegel. That will go out of play. Point for the Firehawks. They're going to say that point went to Blue Mountain. I'm not sure, but with that being said, that will end the game as Blue Mountain take this game 3-1 over the Firehawks here in this home opener, as they will win 25-17. Well, let's just go over. Blue Mountain wins the first set 26-24. They win the second set 25-17. The Firehawks take the third set 27-25, and Blue Mountain rounds it out in the fourth set 25-17. UT Southern will fall to 4-1 overall in the season, 0-1 within the conference. Blue Mountain will improve to 8-2 overall, 1-0 within the conference, starting out conference play. Taking a look at some stats here for both teams. Gerleman with 13 kills. Kraft leads the Firehawks with 13 as well. Beardsley with 8. Norris with 7. And then also for Blue Mountain, it will be Stiegel with 12 kills, Speed with 11. And then also looking at the assists, it's Brown with 34, Speed with 4, Wilson with 4. And then is Malozzi with 27 for the Firehawks, Garza with 6, Kraft with 1. So that will do it for us here on the Exports Network here in Pulaski, Tennessee, here on the campus of the University of Tennessee Southern. Great night for us here on the Exports Network. The debut game here on our broadcast network as well. So we will be back in Pulaski on Wednesday for women's soccer action. So don't miss that. But for Hayden Burks and Graham Burks, take care going home. Be safe. God bless you. And we will see you next time here on the Exports Network.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.